pay homage to Hoop.
What it do, man? Homage to Hoops. It's your man, Jody Ryan. This is episode 5. I got another special guest with me. I got my guy with me.
Yes, sir.
My good brethren, as he would always say.
Very good brethren.
Nick
Yes,
Wright.
sir.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I can't call it, man. Happy to be here. Another day to be here. See the goodness in the land of the living.
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
It
always is.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have you here, bro. I had to have you. You know, you're a guy been knowing for a little minute, man, and seeing your growth. You know what I'm saying? As a man, not only on the court, but as a man. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful process. Yeah. So let's start. Let's pay homage to Hoops.
Let's pay homage to Hoops. Yes, sir.
Before we start all the way back, to you as a child.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's start. Before we do that, who was the first guy in this era you seen that made you say, you know what, I got to tighten my game. I got to take this thing a little more serious. Who was the first guy you seen?
As far as playing wise?
As far as playing.
Honestly, man, I thank God, man. You know, we always heard like Jordan and all them other people say, man, some of your most toughest competitors is going to be your brothers, the people that's around you. Mm. One of the toughest guys I seen go at it for when I even first started off and stuff like that was Andre Jones.
Whoo! Shout out to the GOAT, Andre Jones. Boy.
The good brother.
Andre Jones, before you go any further on that motherfucker there.
Yeah.
Andre Jones.
Shout out to my brother, man.
Andre Jones, what class?
Him and his fam, man. They great people.
Was he class 08 with you?
Same class, all that, man.
First guard I seen out there, that motherfucker was a man.
Yeah.
Like a real guard. Like that was a real. I said, God damn, I ain't never seen nothing like that, man. So you say Andre Jones?
Honestly, man, like I said, man, I can say a lot of guys from out like in the neighborhood that, you know, I grew up out College Square. So it was a mentality thing for us. They'll put the goal on 9 feet and everybody look good. Mm. You know what I'm saying? It's defend for yourself. Cause I'm bang on you out here. That was the mindset out the way sometimes. You know what I mean? But we played against some guys that were tough mindsets, a lot of them out of the way. But when I first tapped in at the age of 13, he was already it. I say Andre Jones, man. He started off, I'll never forget, he was already, you know, him, his pops, you know what I mean? Like I said, he got a great family, but his pops was, you know what I mean? Even one that kind of kept him straight and stuff like that. I want to say he started off, he was telling me his story about how he was like, in Hampton. He was over there in Hampton Hoyers, I want to say he started off with.
I remember that program.
So young, early in the program. He was over there with them, but I was just early on the scene, but that's one guy that was getting to it early. And he was right there beside me.
So that's good. You was able to pick up.
I seen it firsthand, okay, I can match that. I can not so much match that, but I got something to push myself to match.
You go.
I can visualize it. It's easy. It's right here in front of my face. Right, you feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's a guard too. And he, you know what I mean? It won't no, there won't no criticism around that. Everybody knew
exactly what
he was it. Yeah.
So let's go back now. So who put the ball in Nick right hand? Who put the ball in your hand?
Shout out to the family, man. Like I said, man, I thank God for my story, man, just because early in the game, man, a lot of people know him as Coach Clint, Coach Wright.
Ooh,
but that's Wright. My uncle, man. That's family.
Wow.
He's actually a great uncle to me, as crazy as it sounds. We have a big family. Shout out to the Wright family, man. I love y'all.
You know, always. That's crazy. The whole time seeing Clint Wright and all his, I did not know. Didn't know, bro.
That's Uncle Clint to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I have a picture when I was like 4. Down there in them Chuckatuck, Suffolk roads, man. It's a small ball that I actually have like the Fisher-Price jump, and my uncle putting it in my hand.
Clint Wright.
It ain't no question who put it in there. Shout out to moms too. Shout out to Dukes. Moms and Uncle Clint, they're like brothers and sisters. They're the same age. They grew up. Like I said, we got a big family, but that's not just my uncle, it's my great uncle.
Right.
But him and moms is like sisters. You know what I mean? They went to school and stuff, brothers and sisters. They went to school together and stuff like that. But, you know, Dukes used to hoop too. A lot of people didn't know back in the day. Yeah. You know what I mean? She used to get it in. So, you know what I mean? Between her and my uncle, you know what I mean? I seen the orange nugget in my hand and it wasn't a fruit. You feel what I'm
saying? Yeah. It was something you familiar with early.
Yeah. Thankful. But honestly, my story's a little different. Like I said, I saw it then, but I just saw it from even him playing. Him going to the, you know what I mean? I remember early in the game, us just going to the gym, watching him play Norfolk State. A lot of people don't know he played back in Norfolk State. You know what I mean? He was a part of that
just before they went to this one. They what? CA?
They
or CIAA?
They won a ship. I want to say they won a ship.
Remember
these guys? They was with the coach.
He played with Darren Salmon.
Yeah. He was with all of them together. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Clint Wright, Salmon, I want to say Joe Brown was there as well.
Yeah. I used to always, honestly, man, I love Unc so much, man. My first high school car was the car he had then.
So you already was following in the footsteps.
That was I just seen Unc, man. Me, I got a technology major and stuff. He even helped me out starting off in high school with the technology. And that's what my degree is, man. That's what I teach now as far as tech. But shout out to Unc here, engineer, all that. Shout out to him. Shout out to Coach Clint, as y'all call him, Uncle Clint. Shout out to the Wrights, man. But yeah, man, it was right at home. It was right there. I saw that. Right. I saw that.
Firsthand. So it seemed like your life is a bunch of firsthand experience. You just so how having to run into them.
Seeing. But my story is a little different because even coming up, man,
shoot, let's get in there.
A different, unique story. I didn't start off.
Let's talk about
like
that.
I said, most of my playing was outside in College Square. Shout out to the family, man. A lot of the guys.
Any rec action at that time? Any did you sign up for rec?
Bird Song Rec 1 year.
Woo! Now how'd you do? How you feel out there? You know the rec leagues in our era was tough now. How'd you feel out there?
Man, honestly, I remember some guys from Suffolk, man.
Some Saratoga motherfuckers.
Yeah, because we was in downtown.
I know exactly what. Some Hoffler Parker motherfuckers, huh?
They got to it.
It was good.
They got to it. 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But right after that, you know what I mean? If I had asthma. I was kind of chubby.
Yeah, you was all out of whack.
I ain't nigga sit here, shoot well game.
Yeah, like
that
out of
came
whack.
out.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk and chew gum. I was the biggest thing out there. So, was one of them images guys just running back and forth, one of that type deal. I won't like no.
Yeah, you want no goddamn, you want it? Yeah.
No. But I seen some guys, like I said, that I even see now. I'm trying to think of, some of their names, but I know it's just so much going through. I've seen so many people and all that through the journey, but they know they're my guys from downtown, man. Some family, man. We played early in the game, man. It was crazy. Birdsong Rec.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
I'm an Indian River Rec guy, so I already know how that shit go.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. As we climb into the ranks now, the middle school, I know in Suffolk is a little different. Y'all got volleyball for the boys. Y'all got baseball for the boys.
Y'all on the court? That's now.
Oh, so in your era, you was...
When I started off, man, shout out to Coach Mason.
So you did play basketball in middle school?
I played basketball in middle school, but we only had the 7th, 8th grade team. That's the way it was set up. And
there you go,
8th graders can play JV.
Ah, there you go. So what middle school were you attending?
I attended John Yates Middle School.
J. Yates. I heard J. Yates was a little powerhouse at that time.
Yeah, well, we was, like I said, we had Dre. Shout out to Lil Mason, Coach Mason's son.
Ah.
Man, he was the Steph Curry, but visualizing seeing, he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry.
Letting it go.
He shoot that pill. Lil Mason shoot that pill. He played back with Dre and them early too, because Coach Mason was always the coach. Shout out to Coach Mason, man. Coach Mason was the one who even pulled me and begged my mom to let me play. Because my mom was dead struck on not letting me play.
And why is that?
Because, man, it's crazy, man, but I had like a heart. Remember, I wanted to play football, Pee Wee, for Bennett Creek. Okay. I wanted to go out there with my guys. That was going to be my real first experience after the Birdsong thing.
Right.
But like I say, I was kind of chubby stuff, out of shape, just all out of the whack. Wanted to go get my physical back again. It was like, hold on. He got asthma. That's why he can't breathe good. Man, I started having asthma attacks super crazy. Oh, shit. They checked my heart. I had a heart murmur. Damn. But then it was like, he's growing so fast, my heart was bigger on one side than the other. Shit. So there was like, is it just an irregular beat? Is it just a regular heart murmur? Or so I was at CHKD at the junk getting heart test done and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm in here, before we even do the interview, I'm showing these boys Reggie Lewis and about, guys that, had that condition, in the past away on that court like that. Like, that thing is really real. You know what I mean?
My mama was not going to let me play.
Right. She done seen the Reggie, so she obviously know
I'm going to tell you when the time frame it was. I remember very like, John Q. John Q had just came out. It was around that. You know about that movie.
Motherfucker.
Honestly, I ain't know nothing about it. Yeah. I was just blind to it. And I'm just thinking like, I'm just getting tested. I'm just kind of tired.
Right.
But nah.
It's the heart. It ain't pumping like it's supposed to.
What? Because at first we thought it was a heart murmur. Everything mom was talking about finding out something like that, she would talk to Unc. Unc was like, he good, well, you know, I kind of had me a heart murmur growing up. Yeah, we rights.
Yeah.
You know.
You gonna fight through this.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, we be taking that. So mom was dead struck. Nah, he ain't doing nothing. Coach Mason said, let me get, because I started to grow again. God honest truth. I had a growth spurt. I was already kind of taller than everybody, but like I said, I was kind of heavy set.
Right.
I had a growth spurt.
From what, 6th grade to 7th?
In the 6th grade, my grandmother died.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Next thing you know, everything was going crazy. I got sick for like 2-3 weeks. I got off the couch 4 inches taller.
That's wild. And they took you from where to where?
That's when I was at the point where it was, this boy got to do something.
So
Coach Mason, Lorna, because John Yates Middle School was John Yates High School.
Okay.
My mama played at John Yates High School.
Yeah.
My Uncle Clint played at John Yates High School.
Yeah.
Lorna, y'all was here when I was here coaching. Let that boy play. He talked to him. That's that Suffolk, you know, hey.
So you go out there?
She said, he took me out. God honest truth, I always said, Coach Mason, I make it to the league, you're the first person I'm going to thank. Because I was there when I seen you actually say, hey, Lorna, let me take that boy. He going to be with me and Queenie. Shout out to the Masons, man. Shout out to Coach Mason and them, man.
That's
love their family.
That's weird.
All of them. Took me down. Deuce is working. You know what I mean? Who gonna let you know what I mean? She was making it happen. Grinder, hustler, many hats.
So how and speaking on that, how's so no father figure at that point other than Clint Wright and
yeah, family other than family.
Do you know of your father at this point?
Yeah, well, yes, I do. It's funny. I found them early in the game. My first episode of my father, I was 5, and
you
what happened
this?
was the knowledge even when I was young and stuff like that. Somebody had put something in his drink. He from Norfolk.
Y'all, what's up with the young world? Look, man, it's Frank Lou here, man. I need y'all to do me a favor. Grab your phone and then go to the YouTube app. All right, at YouTube, hit search and type in "Must Achieve Greatness." All right, Must Achieve Greatness. If you don't know how to spell it, ask Google or Siri. They got you. Look, once you go onto the page, go ahead, hit the page, hit the link. Go ahead, hit subscribe, man. Like all that king shit we got going on there. All right, y'all stay tapped in with the king, man. Holla at me.
Shout out to Pops, man. He was
yeah.
I got a lot of information about him. I found a lot about him. That's what even drove me to Right Path Outreach, for real. But you know what I mean? And shout out to Pops, man. Somebody put something in his drink back in the day or whatever, however it went down, but I found out the story. Somebody so-called put something in his drink, tweaked him up. You know what I mean? Got a lot of, you know what I mean, mental issues kind of going on and stuff like that. And so when I was 5, I remember, this is my time seeing him after somebody did this to him. And I go in and go see him with Dukes, like we was, you know what I mean? And I saw something, I was completely scared. And was like, this ain't my dad.
What you see?
It was him, but can you imagine sometimes when a person got bipolar and schizophrenia, they can start talking to this
it was different.
The person tweak up, you talking about a 5-year-old.
Right. And
you still believe in Spider-Man can mess around, you know, you gotta, when I seen that wasn't normal.
Yeah.
That wasn't what I'm normally seeing.
Right. So how you take that in?
I tweaked up.
How you take
As a youngin', I kind of seen it. But Dukes made sure she said, in her mind, and I respect Dukes for it, man, 100%. You ain't got to see that for real. She made sure she talked to the fam and made sure it was good and all that stuff. But it got to the point even the fam couldn't control something like that.
No, you can't. There's nothing to do.
There's a lot of people out here that's in the world you'll never believe. You know what I'm saying? That's why they, you know, it's conditions.
So
needless to say.
So seeing him when was your next time seeing him after 5 years old?
When I was after college, ODU.
Wow, that was that great of a gap from 5 to when you graduated college.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I found them from the parking meter guy out north.
Wow.
From just being talking and just being happy-go-lucky Nick like I be.
What you mean? How you find him?
Shout out to DJ, man. Berkeley guy, Berkeley rep, Boys and Girl Club. He do a lot out there in the city.
Shout out to that Berkeley Boys and Girls Club.
Shout out, man, I'm telling you. Shout out to Berkeley. You know, Pops out there, my family. Shout out to Davis, all that, man. That's our folks out there too. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, he was out there. We kind of, man, you know, I know Frank, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Frank. When we was out ODU, man, God was blessed us. We had the time, man. We lived the college life.
It was it was I loved it. I thought I was on the motherfucking team.
Hey, it was a life.
Hey, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing.
But shoot, man, we was out there. I had, I call it Philex. The Philex had got, man, impound, man.
Ah, yeah,
I had to pay $415 to get it back. Whew. And it was going up by the day. But I saw the pocket meter guy at the jam. I'm like, what's up, man? How much they pay y'all, man?
Ask him his goddamn, huh?
Cause y'all rape me.
They got you for $415. It's going up every day.
I'm joking, man. But go ahead, boy. He talking to me and Coop coming out of the gym, working out.
Shout out Chris Coop.
Shout out to my brother Coop, man, Chris Coop. He like, yeah, man, we all from Coop before his pocket. Every time I see somebody around the way, I said, well, I'm from Suffolk, but my daddy from North. He told me I'm in Norfolk. He was like, what part of Norfolk, boy? I'm like, Berkeley. He said, yeah, you look like one of them Davises. He knew who my family was, man.
Straight up.
He said, man, come to the Berkeley reunion. I told my mom about this little episode, like, yo, this cat said he knew who my aunt was. Shout out to Aunt Jackie. She worked at TCC. She got his son a job.
Downtown Norfolk TCC.
Chesapeake.
Okay, Chesapeake.
Poindexter. Not TCC. Tidewater Staff.
Ooh, got him a job. I know exactly what
got my son a job. Shout out to Tidewater Staffing too, man. I used to manage 2 offices out there, man. They put me onto the game. I learned a lot about the yard and all that stuff. Training, they allowed me to train a lot of things. Shout out to them, man. Great family. Run the deal, But yeah. But, man, I'm out the gym like, for real? You know them for real?
Yeah.
He like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, boy. He calling around like, boy, hey, son, you remember that jacket lady? You know how to stay, got out the number? Like, nah, but we can go. But he used to stay out there. Ended up linking out, went to the Brooklyn reunion, found my folks, man. My dad wasn't out there, but my family was. Found my family, talked to all of them. It was, real good deal. Mom was like, yeah, we're going to find your daddy. Deuce is all for it. She won't know. Shout out to Deuce, man. You know what I mean?
And that's real. See, you know what? That's a real woman era. See, some of these women these days, and I don't like to, talk down on that woman, but our mamas, even to this day, my dad won't in our lives a lot. To this day, every time his birthday arrives, call your dad. Every time he called, you need to call your daddy back. Hey, check it, you know what I mean? These women make sure we go on, you know what I mean? Go that show for you, you know what I mean?
They're gonna make sure we live the word. The word said honor your father and mother. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't from both of them, not just one. She know that just as much as he do. No matter the condition. Now that I'm a father, I understand that a whole lot more.
10-4. I agree with you that.
There's a certain level of respect that I have for my child's mother, my wife now, but even before then, she still had a certain level of respect that I still, like, hey, it still cut to a point because I got you in the stool because you gotta, life became from us. New life came from us. You know what I mean? So I understand that. I kind of understand that word a little bit more. I can honor that.
That's a beautiful thing.
And so they teach us how to honor that. That's what the real ones, like you said.
Right.
Despite of. You know what I mean? We all sinners saved by grace, but despite of. They show us that.
And that's real.
They show us that.
And so on that meeting, is that something you, that side of the Davises in Berkeley, are you still connected? How did that
go? That's fam. I'm looking to build that even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I talked to my dad.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, did you eventually?
Oh, man, I ended up finding my dad, man. We ended up learning a lot of stuff. I was out there, went to the homeless housing. We ended up finding him a crib, man. We got him set up. He still get a check. So we used this check. We got it set up with the homeless housing. He was out there at the homeless housing project. So he ended up having him a crib, man.
That's all right, man.
He ended up finding him a crib.
That's all right.
So he was established out there. Due to conditions, he was good for 2.5 years.
That's all right.
But this is even new knowledge to most. He back on the street now.
Wow. When you find this out?
Well, I've been knowing about it. Nobody. Shout out to Hoops, man. Homage to Hoops, man. First one there, actually. Just breaking news.
Nah, yeah, you paying homage.
But nah, yeah. He, but I ain't no cold shoulder to me.
That's what I say. How did
honor your father and mother? What's up, Pops? What you want still? He survived before like that. I talked to him, how you doing? Surviving? Okay.
That's real.
I ain't know. It showed me new life. It showed me like, this thing here, what you mean? But that's that right path. No matter the situation, you're on the right path. What you mean? You got to keep going.
Ooh.
Go.
That's deep.
That's what God kind of showed me. You know what I mean? It's like my basketball. that spirit, that game time dog spirit, don't. I got to drive for it. I love this.
That's a beautiful thing, bro.
Goodness in the land of the living.
That's a beautiful thing.
New life. I see. I value life for a whole different level. Whole different level. I know a lot of people might look like they do work for the community because they feel like they want to do it. Nah, I do it because
That's real.
What up, Vinny?
So let's talk about that. So you seen your father, at 5 years old, and then it being that long of a gap, right? We'll get back to that. But you now
back to
got
the game.
Coach Mason,
back to the game.
Yeah, we back to him. You got
shout
Coach
out to
Mason.
Coach
All
Mason.
you boys pulling you now.
Coach Mason.
It's 7th grade. You at Yates.
We at Yates
now.
6th grade, 7th grade. Coach Mason, he got on me, man. That Nick trot. You know what I mean? He got on me, boy. That Nick trot. Because I couldn't run. You know what I mean? I'm still getting in shape. You know what I mean? I'm still getting good. I'm still getting. He like, boy, that Nick trot. But he got me in shape. He got me together. He got me together. I started, you know what I mean? But he was like, I'm going to make you. Then from Coach Mason, shout out to Coach John, Norfolk Wildcats, 13 years old. I went from that 7th, 8th grade. We only had a couple of games. So we worked out for a little bit. We was in John Yates. I got my first dunk ever at John Yates. 13. I'll never forget it.
13
you know what I mean? 13. First dunk, like, whoa. Like, I actually, shout out to all the family out in Suffolk, too, man. Because my PE teacher and stuff, I remember, man, they let me get the net, man. I remember that. Yeah, dog. Wow. Like, they let me get the net. Like, love.
That's crazy.
Love.
So getting stuff like that, those little things like that, how do you take that? You know what I mean?
Like, whoa, this is a blessing. We grew up in the church. So you already know how we kind of view things. And I'm looking at this whole thing like, boy, I couldn't even play before. I couldn't even breathe. Now I'm out here, I'm learning. And then hearing every day, this Nick trot. It be sometimes it'll kill me like, man, I ain't just trotting. I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, that was my mindset. But I was around some dogs.
So how did y'all fare that 7th grade year?
We were good. It won't no kind of lot. Like I said, I was around some dogs.
Right.
They were out there barking and getting to it early.
Right.
They knew the grind. I seen how they kind of grind. Then from out there, the mentality from the square. Yeah. I was from College Square. I done seen some real life things that were really, you know what I mean? It's different. That's just because we was out there living. Children.
Right. So then you go into the 8th grade year. How y'all feel this year?
Going to the 8th grade year, JV.
Oh, shit. So you ain't JV. No more Yates. Ain't no more Yates.
Ain't no more Yates. It went fast.
So how's that?
Boy, Coach John got me right. I did my first layup. Boy, he had me out there crying.
And why
Coach John, he put a little dog in me. That Norfolk boy. Lafayette, we out there. Lafayette, we out there. We out there all the time.
This shit different. Yeah, it's different.
Shout out to Coach John, man. Shout out to all my guys, Norfolk Wildcats, to play with some more dogs.
Was a Pancho McGee out there?
Kim Brown. Watch this. Kendrick Brown.
Oh, not
Terrell Flowers.
Come on, Terrell. Hold on. Before you go any further.
Norfolk Wildcats. Dogs. I'm out there with some more dogs, man.
Terrell Flowers is the best.
I'm out there with some more dogs, man. Shout out to my brothers, man. I'm talking about, man, God done blessed me, dog. I thank y'all for my journey, cuz.
This motherfucker here, you done played with Terrell. You know what that is?
Dogs.
Terrell motherfucker
I'm out here with dogs again.
No Wildcat shit.
And listen, if you can't run with them, you better get off the floor.
You know something, boy. You been through some shit.
I never forget, cuz Coach John had me crying. He looked me dead in my eyes. I had the goggles and all that. They call me Spider-Man, that joke.
Horace motherfucking Grant, huh?
All that joking. I won't with that shit. I won't with that.
Yeah.
You see me now, I got the contacts. I won't with that. Because I'm like, what you mean?
Yeah.
Huh? I got the crying. They thought I was crying because I was soft. Nigga, I'm crying because I'll fight you. That's how we was.
Right.
They told me I was the man in my house. My mama said, punks don't cry. So if I'm crying, I ain't showing them a punk. I'm trying to show you that. I'm trying to hold back from, you know what I mean? He looked me dead in my eyes. He said, you gonna make it, son. Shout out to Coach John, man. Norfolk Wildcats.
How did you take that?
Steaming hot. I went out there, Norfolk Wildcats, they called me Spider-Man. I was blocking off the glass. going off. It just created that jumping, that nick. It created that. No.
So you carry that on, and now we at JV.
Now we on JV.
Now we at JV.
We back at home.
Who coaching at Nazareth River right now?
At JV.
And who's the head coach of varsity?
At the time for me?
Yeah. Who's
JV was Coach Mason, varsity Coach Chapman. Shout out to my dogs, man. Coach Chapman, man. I'm around all dogs. I was out there in the kennel. I went from one kennel to the next and there was all dogs. They had that spirit on them.
And how did that make you feel going in? Hold on, before we get there, did you know you were going to Nazareth River? Because
I won't no change in my uncle was coaching at Nazareth with Coach Chapman and them.
Shout out Clint
Wright. Man, Marquis Cook was at Nazareth River before when I was younger.
Now you talking.
Marquis Cook.
And Vaughn Wilson.
Vaughn wasn't even there yet. He was still out there, I want to say, in Yorktown, or he was still out there in Hampton, Newport News, some area. That's where he came over from.
Okay.
But at the time, it's Marquis Cook. It's Flash. It's Keith. Dennis Conley. They got some dogs with them.
Yeah.
And you already know they call him Cook. Doodoo is what they call him.
Shout out to Doodoo. Marquis Cook.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. That's a living legend, man. Shout out to him, man.
He'll be on this show soon.
Yeah, man. That's
how was his impact on you? How was his impact on you?
That's another dog. If you say go from one dog to the next, Andre Jones was a dog I seen on the level beside me. One looking up to that thing. And our eyes in Suffolk.
From the city.
In my eyes, Cook, you made it, baby. Some people might say you didn't, you did. I know it because you helped a guy like me get there. I believe.
That's deep. Yeah, that's a deep path.
I seen it.
That's the right
You
path.
know how JV, at that time, JV and varsity, JV would play before the varsity.
Yes, sir.
So we would play, they'd come in middle eye game. And that's what he always written. Shout out to Cookie again, man. I call him Cookie because he always like, Big Nick. He gave me that. He saw that then. He saw a little dog then. He's like, you little Big Nick. Tell him, Nick.
He was putting it on you.
He had a deep voice. You know,
Marquis Cook.
But he was a dog. He was one of them dogs. He'd tell his teammate, like, I ain't pass you the ball no more. And go for 20. After not being a team player. And say, all right, Coach Chapman, Coach Skinner, man, those guys would have been with us all the way through. No doubt in my mind, all of us would have made it to the league. Because they were they had that type of, So shout out to Coach Skinner. He's still at Nancy, man. Y'all come to the games, man, at Nancy River, man. Shout out to the girls, man. He coaching the girls now. He's still at it. You know what I mean? Everybody, they still dogs too. They still at it, man.
So you as an 8th grader, right? You on JV.
JV.
This is
Coach
what?
Mason.
This is what? 2004, 2003, 2004.
2003. Going into I was a freshman in high school. 2004.
Right.
Into high school.
So 2003. And
2002 going to 2003.
And now a guy like Marquis Cook.
Yes, sir.
He's gone to all these accolades. He's playing Boo Williams. He's playing in national tournaments.
And Marquis Cook. Nike,
all this, all
coaches,
USA basketball. You seeing this? How do you really? I hear you paying the homage to him right now, but how did that really, impact and knowing this guy's here and then I'm next,
man?
And I also have, like you said, you got a guy right here.
I had dogs in front of me that I still had to go fight for mine.
So you won't guarantee?
I won't guarantee nothing. I was still on JV fighting. Man. No, I had some dogs that was ahead of me. I was an 8th grader. You got freshmen, sophomore, and some juniors that play JV.
Yeah.
Them niggas, they want to play.
Right.
I still had to fight.
So you couldn't be in too much all. You had to get it in.
Shout out to Coach Mason. It was times where you had to get, these guys are joking and you trying to go through puberty and shit. You might be extra musty or something. And, but this is life you got to live through.
Yeah.
But, I had to find me. I'm like, but I was out College Square. I was going out College Square. So it wasn't too much of that craziness that's kind of,
that you ain't used to.
I seen around and, but I was a joker too.
Right. You was with
don't think?
Yeah.
We can go there.
On me.
Yeah. We had to move.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's kind of how it was. It was a love thing. Like I said, shout out to my brothers. That's a brother thing. You know what I mean? You joke like that when you start to realize, you just realize they just, you know what I mean? Big brother, little brother type deal.
Right.
But My mindset won't that. I'm thinking like, man, these days, man, they hate.
Right.
They hate. Coach think I'm good at he worked with us then, and he kind of. We was playing kind of all year round between Coach John, Coach Mason. We were playing for Suffolk Blazers,
right?
For Wildcats. We weren't benching the beat. We was playing for all of that.
Now talk about that. Coming through that summer, that 8th grade. Talk about that Suffolk Blazers organization. A lot of y'all guys coming through that, man. That was a big AAU program. You know what I mean? In the Suffolk area.
They had guys from Norfolk over there in Suffolk
as well. Yeah,
I played with Dallas. So my first time, Dallas Joyner, we played with out there in Suffolk Blazers together.
Shout out to Big Dallas, man. Shout out to Dallas Joyner. Definitely was a Suffolk Blazer.
Wow.
Yes, sir. How was that experience?
Todd Manley. My guy Todd played with us with Norfolk Wildcats too, but Todd, man, he played with us out there at Suffolk Blazers and stuff like that. I forgot the coach. We went out there on the trip one time. It was funny, man.
Nah, the ball. What y'all do?
Live, just the coach was out there driving the whole way there on the trip. We in the van out there live.
Going up.
Like, young guys thinking they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Right.
It was fun.
So now you go, going to the 9th grade now.
Going to the 9th grade.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about with you, Nick?
I still had to work for, you definitely playing varsity.
Oh.
That was the mindset. But it was, we had a little coaching change.
And why is that?
Well, Coach Chapman was doing a hell of a job, man. With Marquis Cook and them, they was breaking records. He was doing a great job. Marquis Cook graduated, went on to VTech, and Coach Chapman elevated. He ended up becoming an administrator at the school. And with all of that, coaches changed. Coach Mason ended up going for the JV boys. They going to coach the girls. And the guys and the coach, we ended up having Coach Young come in. Yeah, Coach Young came in from Green Run.
Yeah, Young coming in from Green Run, coaching BJ Jenkins. All that. How did you feel about that?
He was with BJ Jenkins when BJ had the quadruple doubles back-to-back.
Yeah.
He was with him with that.
Right.
I saw that because Dre was up there as far as scoring and all that. So I was always looking to see where my dog was at, and BJ was definitely right there on that paper.
You always see. Who is this boy?
Who is this cat in the beach going off? Shout out to BJ.
Yeah, that was one of the motherfuckers. I used to see him like that. I told him he was on the podcast not too long ago. Probably
right I saw that too, man. That was a real one. That was a good deal. I told
him he was a motherfucking dog out there.
Yeah.
He was. You know what I mean? So you say he was a guy always when you check the stat lines with the Andre Jones.
You see BJ Jinx there. But one thing about that, and it came, and how did that really affect me personally? Shout out to Coach John too, man. Hitman. One thing about me, I was long, slinky, shot blocker. I didn't start off as a scorer. Scoring was not my thing.
Right.
I was getting double-doubles from rebounds and blocking shots.
Whew. And the mentality came from, would you say back when they were the glasses, they jokey? And
the mentality came from young. I say, no, that came from more so outside in College Square. Because when you being the tallest guy out there and you putting the goal down like 9.5, 10 foot so everybody can dunk, it'll be, I'm about to dunk on your big ass.
Ooh. And he's like, I can't have that.
It was times because I felt like I would go home and my arm was hurting from hitting the rim, from trying to block them, from dunking the ball because they wanted to try to dunk me. But it created that, I'm going to block this. You know what I'm saying? That was just the mentality. And we had the goal in my backyard.
And so we can get it anytime.
It's my crib.
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect this house. Matumbo. Funny. But that was the mentality out there in the square. Shout out to the dogs. Had some great games out there in that dirt.
Speaking of Matumbo, who are the guys in the league that you're looking up to? Who is
at the time? Alonzo Mourning, because around the area. Honestly,
did you go to the summer guru camp in the high school?
I did. Shout out to Coach John, man. He kept us active with a lot of stuff. At the time when we was actually active, Coach Young took us to the 5-star camp when it was actually legit
Paul
5-star. Paul Well. And we ended up going and Dre got MVP and I got most improved player. And I look back at the history of that, LeBron James was getting like the MVP records and stuff like that. So it was a big deal. And it was we went to the one in Peninsula, the one where they had the hills, you had to wake up early in the morning. They got us doing military drills. We went to the real.
What was it, 5 days?
5 days.
Yeah.
We drove down to PA. And Coach drove us down there. He was a college coach, so he knew. He was like, y'all guys don't know nothing about this, but it's going to get you right. Shout out to Suffolk, man. Shout out to Nansman, because they made sure we was good. We went down to that camp. Me, myself, Mark Brown.
Shout out Mark Brown, went to Shawan.
Yeah. Mark Brown was one of our lethal shooters.
Oh, problem. He was a problem.
On the wing, dead eye.
That boy was a problem.
And he was 6'5". Mark was like that. Funny fact, Mark played at Norfolk Wildcats, but he was on the 14 team when I was on the 13.
Okay.
But Mark was that guy then.
Yeah. Mark Brown wasn't a slouch.
Shout out to Mama Brown, all of them, yeah. Them guys. Mark was that guy early too.
Yeah.
But was out there. We all went to that camp, man. It was crazy.
And then experience from that camp, what you say Dre getting MVP, you getting acknowledgments. What do you take this at?
I'm looking at it like, wow, God. I'm still amazed because it's still like a dream to me. I stay out College Square. My mind said like, boy, I
was just a chubby glasses guy.
Not even just as chubby. That stuff was like a dream, but I come back home, and when I go home, it just be like, all right, we're back to reality. You out the way.
But it's a different vibe.
You better go grind. I used to tell Mom, like, Mom, we're going to grind and get out of here. Because that's you know what I mean? You hear it, you see it. You know what I mean? I used to look at the Sebastian Telfair, John. That was my John.
The Through the Fire documentary. That shit did.
Shout out to P. King, man. Perry King, man. Cuzzo, man. Phil.
Perry. Look, I ain't seen Perry.
Shout out to P. That's not right. Yeah. That's really family, though.
Yeah.
His mom and my mom are sisters.
Oh, okay.
So we stayed right behind each other out the square. So we was on, man, Perry, man, at age of 15, man, high school, man. We living that life, and he let me ride his whip, man. I'm driving his whip.
Yeah.
It was Mama whip. Shout out.
They don't know this though.
But no. Mom knew some. Right. Mom knew some. Because she was like, y'all better stop.
Yeah.
But we were like, you know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to my cousin, man. We was out there. That was my guy. You know how that be, because even when y'all used to go to the gym with Frank and stuff like that, that was my P.
Yeah,
like,
everybody
you know what
I'm
saying?
Yeah, everybody had their entourage.
Yeah, and so, but P was, and so, but early in the game, back at Nansman, like that. So it was another part of the grind. But then we started off from even so much happening. Like I said, it was like a dream when it always hit that basketball world, man, because it was like, yo, this is crazy. We'll go to school sometime. I never forget, like, Virginia Tech came to school. It was college coach. A lot of them was following Dre.
Yeah, the Dre Jones.
And they'd come see Dre and they said, whoa, who is the other guy beside him? I see I got another little dog. I heard about this one, but who is this one?
Yeah.
Dre was top 50 in the nation.
Yeah, going crazy.
He was top 50 in the nation. I was like, because Dre was top 50 in the nation, got the looks, it put me with some looks. I never forget, I had my first, I dunked on the guy my first time in fall ball. From JV going to like the
so this to your sophomore
8th grade
going to your 9th grade,
from 8th going to the 9th grade. Northview fall ball, it was deep back in that time, but we was playing at Northview. Yeah, and dunked on the guy. Matt Hatfield was out there. Shout out Matt Hatfield,
Virginia goddamn props.
Yeah. He was. Yeah. I got my first 2 stars when he saw that. He says, "Whoa, this guy got the potential." A lot of this is based on potential. Yeah, and they saw Hitman. They were like, "Wow, he's blocking shots. We knew him to block shots and all this, but this guy." Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, it's different.
But that happened. I mean, like I said, we're going with Dre, so I ended up going to super sophomore camp. By the time we got the freshman, sophomore, we went to the fall. What is it? Freshman going to the sophomore joint. It was what is it called? 5-star.
Yeah, you want another 5-star camp?
Came back, got around with that. Now we talking about rankings, stars, and stuff.
Did y'all have? What about ABCD? Did y'all ever?
Nah, we was with the Nike tournament, so we was with Boo Williams. Okay. We ended up playing with Boo.
Yeah, that's right.
Dre had a lot of stuff. Like I said, even when we were playing with Boo, we played with Boo 16 team.
What about, so let's go, sophomore year, did you, that summer, let's go back to your sophomore year, excuse me. Your sophomore year, you playing varsity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot.
I was starting then, I would start from the beginning but it was a grind, because we were so good. By God's grace, man, I'm thankful. Every year, we never lost more than 4 games in one season.
That's
throughout each year, man. I work at the school now, so I talked to Coach Young, and we had a historic run. Shout out to Coach Young. He about to hit 500 wins. He's like a 490 something. Yeah, 496.
About 4 wins, 5 wins.
I think it's 496. 6 more wins, 4 or 5. Yeah. So you know what I mean. Come to Nansman games, man. Y'all never know
they look
what
good
this
year. That River look good this year.
Yeah.
I gotta give them that credit. They definitely look good this year. So, that sophomore year, now you're starting. Andre Jones, he on the map. He started, I guess, as a freshman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's on that map sophomore year.
He getting buckets. He started averaging.
How do you feel that? Yeah, I know Vaughn Wilson is there now. You know? How's that situation now? At Nasman River.
I thank God for Keith Josie and Vaughn Wilson.
Keith Josie. Lord have mercy. They don't know about that. Shout out to Keith Josie.
I thank God for them too.
That was a
Keith was playing with Marquis Cook and all of them. He was our senior leader.
Yeah.
That was our dog that I actually experienced firsthand. I saw Marquis Cook, but he left when I got in. Keith was there. He was a dog.
Yeah.
My brother. Shout out to Keith, man.
And how was that experience? What did Keith bring to the table?
Oh, Keith was a player of the year. And you know what's amazing? Keith was a guy of many talents, man. He was in chorus and all that, could sing. Yeah. Music and all. He's very talented, man. But he was there. And he was lefty. A wizard.
Get it going. Get it going.
Work you. But between them, they was on the same level. And me and Dre used to say, we're going to take y'all on.
Because that would you say that go back from that college square?
Me and Dre, we started off, we've been around the world. We traveled, we by the time now we done played on every AAU and stuff together. And they used to, y'all little nigga, y'all saw, y'all ain't know. Because it's dogs.
Right.
And they still, we're like, no. Yeah, it might look like, but we heavy though.
Yeah. Ready to go.
We had some fights. From rec ball, we was going to Northern Shores rec.
Getting it in.
We was going to many different rec joints. We was going to Nansen River, getting it in. We were getting it in. And they, you know what I mean? They kept that.
Put it on you.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what you need though, you know, especially to prepare you to that next level. You know what I mean? And we'll be right back. Look, appreciate y'all, man. Look, you want to get more of this content? Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Must Achieve Greatness.
Yes, sir.
We're going to continue this conversation, man. Y'all subscribe.
Yes,
Episodes will be dropping on YouTube January 28th, man. We appreciate everybody, man.
28th. Go get that, man. I'm telling you. Go get that.
We were young. We ain't know no better. Adolescents, you know. As we grew, now it's grown to something bigger. I love it and I can respect it. Now we all just entrepreneurs and trying to build our brand. MAG it's a brand, you know. The acronym Must Achieve Greatness. Striving for greatness.
King shit.